Good morning, good evening, and good night to y'all. This is Murderface. What I'm going to do is walk you guys through the basics of Red Dead Redemption Online. First off, the caveat is you should play the story mode. If you have not played the story mode, I suggest you go back to do that. It really helps with mechanics. For now, let's get started. First, once you get in, you're going to hit left on the D-pad. We're going to bring on down to online options. Once you get online options, you're going to click that X button, and then you're going to bring that cursor on down to player style. You're going to switch from offensive to defensive. The biggest reason for this is because it keeps you protected. Now there are some things to that. Lots of stuff will still kill you, like dynamite. Get to know your weapon wheel. Weapon wheel is key. Muscle memory to where your things are in your weapon wheel is also key. Hunting, along with picking all of the herbs that you can possibly find, is incredibly important, as well as looting. Loot everybody you can get. All of the stuff that you can grab a hold of is all stuff that you can use. Understanding where all that stuff is in your weapon wheel and how it works is going to make your gameplay better, and it's going to be easier for you to be able to withstand dealing with some of these higher level players. Play the story missions, play all the side stuff, all of the yellow dots that you're going to end up having on your map, play those. What's going to end up happening is you're going to start understanding what the mechanics are of the game. Once you figure out the mechanics, it directly correlates over to playing PvP, as seen here. Eat it. I did lose that battle, by the way. Playing those side missions, doing these bounties such as this one, is going to really help you understand where things are, how the mechanics of the games work, what's going on with the guns, which guns do I like to use, which guns don't I like to use, what tonics do I like to have on me, what tonics do I want to use when I'm doing a bounty versus when I'm doing actual PvP with other players. Take the time to figure this stuff out, because ultimately, it's your game. You play it the way that you play it in the style that you play. If you'd rather just walk around and pick flowers, awesome. Stay in defensive. Protect yourself and be prepared. Pause time! These are your ability cards. I am rolling through them incredibly fast. You're not going to be able to read them, but if you take the time to pause, you can read each and every one of them and figure out what card setup is right for you in your gameplay. Now, there are some incredibly strong people out there, but that does not make you invincible. Since you're not there yet, we'll get rid of the cards for now. This is your camp flag, probably one of the most important parts of your camp. Make sure that white flag is up. If it is down, other players can come in and mess with you. If it is up, they can kill you, but it's got to be from a distance. This is what your camp's going to look like. Once you get it all set up and you are running just the basic stuff, you can wash your face just like you could with Arthur in the story mode. Well, maybe not bathing just like him, but you know. Hey, and if you want to, you can turn around and you can grab one of these beers here, just like you could in camp at Arthur, and get yourself drunk. It's up to you. However you want to end up playing the game. The game is yours to play the way that you feel. Enjoy, sit back, and relax. This is your lockbox. From your lockbox, you can pay bounties. You can pick up Rockstar gifts. You can also pick up things that you've ordered from Wheeler and Rawlson. All of the things you order from Wheeler and Rawlson's that can show up in the lockbox will show up in the lockbox. Things like horses and guns will not show up in the lockbox. But everything else you can do from camp. It gives you a nice, safe place to be able to do all the things you need, and you don't have to go running around town and making a fool of yourself. This is the fence. You can sell things to the fence, such as materials that you've stolen off of or looted from bodies. You can also buy things from the fence. The full list of everything that you can buy from the fence is right here. You can take the time to pause and look at every one of them if you would like. Now, the ability to buy these incredibly expensive pamphlets comes from looting, picking, selling, anything you can do to make a little bit of cash. We are outlaws in this game. Some are going to call it griefing. You can call it what you would like. There's a million different ways to play this game with a million different types of people. And if you want to be able to afford to get a butcher table just like this, so you can start bringing in loads at a time, you need to have the cash. That's your stew pot and your fast travel. Both of them can be bought for your camp. They're going to do nothing but upgrade your camp. So when you are trying to make a bit of cash and you're sitting at your camp waiting for Crips, given that he actually puts a camp up, to finish making your delivery run, you're going to end up having all kinds of people in here doing all kinds of different things. With a full posse, you'll have people over there eating stew, you'll have people crafting ammo, you'll have all sorts of things happening. Every time you switch to a different posse, your stuff switches with it. So with all of that being said, pick away all that you can. Try and do everything you can to make as much money as possible. Whether you sit here and work with Crips and you bring him pelts to make you money, or you're collecting. I'm going to whisper a little bit because in collecting you need to pay attention to things like the audio. And there you go. Okay, so whether you're doing that or you're doing the other, or you're going to turn around and you're going to want to come over here and do some bounties, which is fantastic for learning how the game mechanics work, by the way. You can take the advantage, take the time, do it. This is not a sprint. This is actually a marathon. Ultimately, it comes down to enjoy the game, have fun, do what you like, and if you find my information to be bad, cool, man, bring it. Enjoy, have a good day!